What is up, guys? It's your boy Rick. Savathun, you're acting real sussy right now. Cactus, thank you guys so much for stopping by. Make sure to hit that like and subscribe button to support the channel, and let me know what you want my next intro name to be. Guys, that comment section is out of control. So, today we've got some brand spanking new Destiny 2 news, courtesy of the Bungie weekly update that has just gone live, unveiling official information. And so, let's get started. So the first thing you're gonna notice this week, I guess, spoiler alert for anyone who hasn't been to the tower yet, but the tower is taken. Blights have invaded the tower social space, and it looks absolutely amazing. Definitely a nice surprise this reset. However, there is a little controversy around this, because although the tower looks very, very different, the NPCs apparently do not notice anything that's going on. If you go to Zavala, he's like, oh, what bounties do you want, Guardian? And you're like, bro, there's a taken blight like right next to you. Do you not see this? So it's definitely a little bit of a break in immersion that Bungie didn't take that extra step to go and record some voice lines actually acknowledging this crazy change to the tower. With that being said, I'm certainly happy that they did this, and I would rather that they do this than not do it at all if they felt like it was too much work to go in and record a bunch of extra voice lines. But I feel like just a few from the main characters, the main vendors like, you know, Zavala, the gunsmith, the postmaster, the people we go to quite a bit, I think that would have gone a long way to keep up this awesome surprise. Now, the other big thing to happen this week is the return of Grandmaster nightfalls. They're offering the adept versions of the three new nightfall weapons, the Plug 1 fusion rifle, the Uzume sniper rifle, and the Hungry scout rifle. So definitely you can go in and do those. However, I did make a video talking about how Grandmasters this season don't really excite me, simply because the quality of the seasonal artifacts aren't that great. You know, we had anti-barrier sniper rounds last season, which were a godsend for doing Grandmasters, and this season we have unstoppable grenade launcher rounds, and there's like 2 strikes that actually use unstoppable champions, so those like never come up. And that combined with the fact that most of the strikes, in fact all but one, are on the harder end, I would say just wait on grinding Grandmasters until you can select that easier strike inverted spire to grind, and then you can get your nightfall loot then. But moving on from there, we got some big news. So, remember how Bungie reissued certain weapons from the Dreaming City loot pool as well as the Moon loot pool to make those areas as well as their associated activities and dungeons relevant again? So some of those weapons, for example, the Retold Tale shotgun from the Dreaming City, those were unsunset, so you could earn them again with new unlimited power caps, and they had new perks that they could spawn with, so brand new roles to go after. Well, Bungie is completing the set. That's right, the remaining Moon weapons and the remaining Dreaming City weapons are being reissued, and guys, the absolutely insane part is that this isn't apparently happening with Season 15, like I thought it would. This is scheduled for the next update hitting Destiny 2 on July 6th. That's in like 2 weeks. So in 2 weeks, we get the following Moon weapons: the Loud Lullaby. Oh, and by the way, when I list them off, I'm also going to list an example of a brand new perk they can spawn with, and this was provided by Bungie. So, the Loud Lullaby 120 RPM hand cannon, this was potentially one of the best 120s in the game. It could spawn with some incredible perks, had some great stats. That can spawn with tunnel vision now. The One Small Step shotgun, that can get trench barrel now. So a rapid fire with trench barrel unsunset, that could be really good for PvE. The Tranquility, which is a kinetic 90 rounds per minute adaptive frame sniper, that can spawn with Frenzy. The Arc Logic, which is a 600 RPM auto rifle, that can get heating up, and that might be pretty gross in the Crucible. The Dreambreaker, now that is actually the fusion rifle, that can get the brand new cornered perk, which is only available right now on the plug 1, which increases the fire rate by increasing the charge time or decreasing the charge time when 2 enemies are nearby. The Every Waking Moment, which is a 600 RPM SMG that can spawn with Killing Wind to extend the range. That could be pretty darn deadly. We've seen how good the Trials 600 RPM SMG is in PvP. The Love and Death Grenade Launcher, that can now spawn with Chain Reaction. This is a rapid fire frame GL. This could be very, very powerful. A Fine Memorial, which is a 450 rounds per minute adaptive frame machine gun that can now spawn with Adrenaline Junkie. And then the Night Terror, which is the sword, that can spawn with One for All, which provides a really consistent and big damage increase in PvE. And then for the Dreaming City weapons, the ones returning and an example of a new perk they can get, the Tigerspite. Now that is a 450 precision frame auto rifle that can now spawn with Frenzy. Pretty excited for that. The Twilight Oath, which was one of the best sniper rifles for PvP in the game back when its archetype of rapid fire frames were actually really good, especially when you got the curated roll that got snapshot. Well, it's back and it can get Vorpal Weapon now. And then the Abide the Return, the sword, that's back and it can get Thresh. So that is a huge influx of weapons, and not just weapons, like good weapons, especially that Loud Lullaby that has a chance to make an absolute stamp on the current meta. However, the obvious question is, well, how do I get them? Bungie says they're going to be back with their original drop sources. And to me, that says, especially for the moon weapons, that the process of going to the Lectern of Enchantments and getting your different like quest items and going and collecting these weapons, that is going to be back. Like, you have a little essence that you have to get, then you complete the essence by getting kills with a certain weapon type, and you have to go collect a weapon part, and then you'll be able to acquire these weapons. Now that's very good because it means that they're target farmable. If you want the Loud Lullaby, you can specifically grab the Loud Lullaby essence from the Lectern and get it over and over and over again. If you're not familiar with this, if you haven't like originally gone out and gotten the essences to unlock the ability to grind them, well, what do you know? I've done a video going over how to get literally every single essence in the entire game. So if you haven't done that, if you haven't seen that, absolutely get that done before these weapons get reissued on July 6th. And guys, the last thing we're talking about today is the next Iron Banner. So that's going to return actually this upcoming reset, Tuesday, June 29th, and it's going to end the following reset on July 6th, and that will obviously kick off the massive launch of all of these new weapons. And so guys, that's it for the video. I hope you enjoyed and found this informative. If you did, please remember to help me out by simply rating and especially sharing this video. If you guys want to see more Destiny 2 content similar to this, don't be afraid to slap that subscribe button. If you want to get in touch with me and keep up to date with the latest channel activity, the best way is to follow me on Twitter at RickCacus. That is linked in the description down below. Again, I hope you enjoyed the video, and as always, have a good day.